Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. It's Tarot Today Live. I'm Dax Carlisle, and here is Mary Brown. Hey, Mary.
Hey, Dax. Hey, everybody. Happy Psychic Saturday.
Happy
It's
Psychic
April Fool's
Saturday. I was
Day.
waiting for that.
Yay.
Woo!
Happy April Fools.
Oh my God, April Fools. Yeah, it's like we should have had some, really cool joke or something, but yeah.
We don't. April Fools. We don't have anything for you.
Yeah, that's right.
That's okay.
But we are live streaming on YouTube and simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio on the Psychic Talk Radio Network. And we already have a bunch of people calling in. You can call into the show. It's Saturday. We take calls on Saturdays. So 714-816-4628. If you're listening on Blog Talk and you want to see Mary and I and see the cards and everything like that, you can come over to YouTube, and we are Tarot Today Live on YouTube. So you can actually just open a new tab in your browser and type in tarottoday.live. That URL will actually take you right to the channel, and you'll see the live. Just click on that. Get in the chat with us. We've got Laura in the chat. We've got Sharona. Hi, guys.
Hey, Sharona. And don't forget to press the number 1 on the dial pad if you do call into the show, so we know that you want us to talk to you on the air.
Yeah. I was going to tell them that when I do this a little bit, where it's like, hey, if you're on the YouTube channel, you can call in today. You don't have to just type in the chat. We would love to chat with you. 714-816-4628. Like Mary said, press 1, and that way we'll know you want to be live on air. We got 3 callers.
Little hand.
Yeah. In fact, on Saturdays, we kind of prioritize the calls, and that's because on Mondays, it's all about you guys on YouTube in the YouTube chat room. We don't simulcast on Psychic Talk Radio, on Blog Talk on Mondays. So it's all about the chat. But on Saturdays, we kind of prioritize the calls because this is the one day we do take calls, and we'd rather chat with you, So if you got a question, you're in the chat on YouTube, call into the show. In fact, I'm going to put the telephone number in here. 714-816-4628. There we go. And you can ask whatever you'd like, but if you can't call in for some reason, you can always still ask in the chat, right, Mary?
Yes. And all you have to do is type in your question, or you can say, please pull a card from me. You don't have to ask if you can have a reading, because you can have a reading, but we can't give you a reading unless we know what the question is, or if you just want a general reading. So no list like all those other shows. We don't make you take a number. And we just take them as they come.
We are the official broadcast of the Tarot Guild at thetarotguild.com. Come over and visit us. You can sign up for the website free. It's like Facebook for tarot. We have all the same features of Facebook, only without the negative stuff. And it's all tarot all the time. Free to sign up with your social media or your email account. Thetarotguild.com. I think signup.thetarotguild.com will take you right to the sign up page. You can sign up for free. Join us there. And because we're the official broadcast, we have a lot of our members come here and, listen live. And if you have any questions about the membership, about becoming a member of the guild, becoming a professional reader, getting certified as a professional reader, general questions about tarot, numerology, that's what this show is for. So along
The
with
crystals.
mini
You
readings.
can ask about crystals.
Yeah. Mary and I have a lot of different things: crystals, life coaching, hypnosis, EFT, Reiki. Between her and I, we have everything covered, So if you have any questions on that stuff as well, you could pop it in the chat or call into the show. Nilda made it back in. Thanks for coming back in, Nilda. And so it's April 1st, April Fool's Day. It's a 1 day, so new beginnings, and the entire date, April 1st, 2023, reduces to a 3. It's all that creativity and communication. Yes, this is a great day to pull out that creativity, work on writing that book, starting that YouTube channel, podcast, anything new, new stuff in the garden, what have you. I pulled some cards. I got the 8 of Wands. Oh, let's see if I can get this. In case you noticed, we have a different background today. That's because there's stuff going on at the house, and I'm not in my normal chair at my desk in my normal office. So I'm actually out on the patio. It's gorgeous here in Tucson, Arizona, 70 something degrees. And you may hear some car noise in the background or something. A lot of cars and stuff driving past. We got some yard sales going on, our neighbors right next door. But that's why the new background. And so it's a little hard to get focus on the cards here. But yeah, things are happening quickly. Remember, this is an 8 card. So that's abundance in numerology. So new beginnings, use your creativity, abundance. And then the heart of the matter card that I got is the self-made person or woman, 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. Yes. So what I'm thinking along with all of this is, normally, she's in that garden, and along with the Ace of Pentacles, we often talk about, leaving your comfort zone, things along those lines. Today, what I received intuitively about the numerology and these cards is actually the opposite. How can you create this idyllic scene? I think of this as the card of the entrepreneur, and she's independent. She's done it all on her own. She's created this walled garden that's pristine. And well, what does that look like for you? And then build up a vision of that, and that'll lead to abundance. So Mary, what card of the day did you get?
Yes, well, I got both a tarot card and an oracle card of the day. And the tarot card actually comes from the Somnia Tarot by
oh, wow.
Conceptual photographer Nicholas Bruno. We had him on the show. Dax and I also did a joint review of the deck, I believe, didn't we? I don't know. Check out the channel. Look for Nicholas Bruno. We at least have our interview up with him. And then also the card I got from that deck is the 7 of Cups. And I just love how he did it. This is a photographic deck, and that's, I think that's Nicholas right there, actually. I don't know. He's brilliant. But anyways, the 7 of Cups is really interesting because a lot of times, we talk about like, well, look at that, there's different things in each cup and you've got a lot of options, that you may not be aware of, but it's also an emotional card too, because it's a cups card and, connected with the water element. And, sometimes this card can be a card that's indicating like, hey, make a choice already, make a decision. Maybe there's something that you need to choose or make a decision about. And it can also, in the worst case scenario, be a card indicating procrastination. What decision, what choice have you been putting off? And the oracle card that I got to go along with this reading comes from the Energy Attunement deck by Diana Gibbons, and it is a sacral chakra card, and it's all about passion. So that gives us, some help here. Well, we got to make a choice. Where's your passion at in all of those cups, all of the choices in front of you? The decision that you have to make ahead of you, the thing you're procrastinating about, potentially, hopefully not, where's your level of passion about these things? And make that choice. Make that choice to follow, where your energy wants to go. Because otherwise it's really hard to stop procrastinating when you're just not feeling it, when you just don't really feel passionate about any of the choices. Yeah, it's hard to stop being indecisive about them. But there you go. That's what I got.
Awesome sauce. For some reason, my camera is not wanting to come back on. There we go.
There you are.
So we're going to go to the phone lines, but there's a couple of questions real quick in the chat. Laura wants to know, I would love to know how you do the heart of the matter card. Well, that's just a shuffling technique, really. And, people will shuffle their cards and then, they'll cut the deck and they'll put, and this is hard to do here, keep it in camera. And they'll cut the deck and they'll put the bottom part on the top, or they'll cut it into 3 piles, and then they'll just start pulling cards off the top. The difference with how I do it is when I cut the cards, the card on the bottom of the top half that I'm pulling off is the heart of the matter card. So I'll pull that card and put it to the side and finish putting the bottom half on top and start pulling the cards off the top of the deck and do the reading like normal. But the heart of the matter card is more information. And I call it the heart of the matter because I'm cutting to the heart of the deck, but also because typically that card will have everything you need to know and answer the question just in that one card. And so I'll lay out all these other cards and I'll still, go through the whole thing and everything like that, but I'll talk about the heart of the matter card. And a lot of the times all the answers are right there in that card. It's amazing. And I don't always do that, but when I do it, it's kind of magical. When I don't do it, Mary, it's normally because I forget to do it, And then the other question real quick was Nilda wanted us to pull a card for her in general. Thanks, many blessings.
Awesome.
Pull a card here. Okay, so I got the 4 of Cups. This is typically a card that's about, not being really happy with these options down here. And of course, Cups is emotions in tarot, right? So it's how you feel about it, not being emotionally fulfilled by your options and stuff. There's this other option being offered, this 4th cup coming out of a cloud, a hand coming out of a cloud there, maybe that's your higher self or angels, the divine, however you want to look at that, right? So basically, I think the message coming through, Nilda, is there are other options, and what are they? What is it that you're not seeing? Like, I feel my gut intuition on it is that it's already there, but you're just not seeing it. You gonna pull a card for Nilda, Mary?
Yeah, I did. I pulled a card for her from the Power of the Elements deck by Cassie White, and it's one of the fire cards. It's actually about creation. It's saying, like, believe in your creations, believe in the things that you're creating, and so that's kind of maybe like that. Maybe that can kind of go along with what you were saying. Is it like, maybe it requires, maybe that sort of, kind of, I don't even want to say apathy. It's not always apathy, but with the 4 cups, you can be like, man, I'm not really feeling it, and sometimes that's connected to like how much we believe in what we're doing, you know? So there you go. That's a message from the universe saying, hey, believe in what you're doing, believe in what you're creating.
Right.
Don't, now's not the time to doubt it.
Yeah, and a lot of
Hope that
times that
helps.
card comes up, and and I do go down the lane about it being apathy, but this
Sure.
this particular time, I just got that intuition that there is this other option that she's just not seeing. Okay, so we can go over to the phone lines now, and if you are watching us on YouTube, just go ahead and dial in at 714-816-4628. Or if you're listening on Blog Talk on one of the players, hey, come chat with us. It's open lines. Everything's fair game, folks, really. You don't have to call in for a mini reading if you don't want to. And of course, can ask questions about all those topics that we discussed. Remember to press 1 on your dial pad as soon as you get through, so we know you want to be live on air with us. And meanwhile, while we're Borders Rules just came in. Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte.
Says, hi, Dax, and Mary. I didn't know there was 2 Dax today,
Dax.
And so while we're going to the phone lines here, as you guys are coming into the chat, go ahead and put your requests for us to pull a card or your specific questions into the chat. Get that all set up for when we come back to the chat. And those of you that are our regulars, take care of the chat for us while we're on the phone lines. And when people come in, let them know what to do, and how to ask the questions and stuff like that in the chat. Let's see who's been waiting the longest on the phone lines, Mary. It looks like area code 205. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Dick. My name is Patricia. I'm calling from Alabama. How are you, Dick and Mary? It's always a pleasure.
Hi, Patricia.
Thank you for taking my call.
Good to hear from you.
Hi, Mary.
What do you want to talk about today,
How are
Patricia?
you doing? How are you both doing?
It's been pretty good.
Good. Doing good.
Good. I want to ask a question. It's kind of centering around family. My twin brother, he has been living with our uncle since my father has passed about 8 years ago. So he's a caregiver, and we, the family members outside of the home, we come in and help, as needed. Well, around 6 weeks ago, our uncle was removed from the home. He was removed from the home. So my brother hadn't been doing what he's supposed to be doing. And my brother was also told that, because about a year ago, he moved a female in with her children. So he was told, look, you can't be moving all these people in your uncle's house. It's your uncle's house. It's not your house. So he was asked to remove the people out of the house before my uncle could come back, and he has refused to do so. So now they have become squatters. Yeah, he refused to move the woman and children and other people out of the house, even though his name is not on anything. He's not his guardian. He's not my uncle's guardian or anything like that. So I just want to know, when do you see my uncle coming back home and all of them? Because now he has to go along with the other people. And again, they're just in the home, not going anywhere. I just want to see, when do you see this?
Is there any end in sight for this?
Really sad.
Right.
Right.
That is really sad. Dax, do you want to go first?
Really
or
sad.
Oh, I went first, the first question, so I thought you were going to go next.
I will then. Okay. So yeah, that is really sad. I'm so sorry you're going through that with your family. I mean, what a wild circumstance, and how how difficult, how difficult all that is.
And he does pay
so
all of the bills. He pay all the bills in the house. My uncle, he's like veteran. So not only did he purchase the house for cash, but he's like in his 70s. He pays all of the bills. So we understand why they're squatters now, because they have been living free. My
yeah,
brother financially stable and, home wise and financially through my uncle. But then he went and grabbed up this woman and her children, and she was trying to move some
my
of her
gosh,
other children in. And it just, oh my God. Yeah.
it's pretty involved. Look, what I get on this is kind of interesting. And I feel like it sort of reflects a situation. The Hierophant comes up in the past position. I'm using for people viewing, this is the inversion tarot out from US Games. But the Hierophant card comes up in the past position, and really all I'm hearing when I see this is trust. Okay. There was this trust, right? That with the brother and the uncle, the kind of, that's where we started. That's not where we're at now. Where we're at is the Tower card with the Hanged Man on top of it, and the Eight of Wands. So, this is like delays all around this whole thing coming like crashing down, right? It pretty much has sort of come crashing down, and now it's like, it's all over, but the crying, they need to move out. The relationship has been
Yes.
harmed, the relationship, not between just
Yes.
your brother and the uncle, but all of you and the brother and the, wow, it's a tough
Yes.
one. It's going to take a while to repair that. It's going to take time.
Yep.
But look, we end with the Sun card. The Nine of Wands underneath it just talks about how difficult this is. The Hanged Man is talking about delays happening. I feel like this could definitely finally be over in the summertime. The Sun card, when the sun is out and strong. So anytime after the solstice in June is what I would say. But yeah, it's maybe even 9 weeks, maybe at the earliest, but that Nine of Wands wasn't really in the timing position. I think it's really just speaking to how difficult, how stressful this has all been on you and wow, everybody, affected by this. But let's see what Dax is getting. I would say, like, yeah, the summer time is when I'm seeing them out of there.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
Well,
Wow.
mine actually, for you, Patricia, is a little bit more tough love than that, is what's coming up in my cards here. I'm going to start with the end, and it's the Wheel of Fortune. So it is fortune turning in your favor. It's a 10 card. So that fits in with the 9 weeks, 10 weeks, of what Mary's talking about. I think it could even happen faster than that. It could be as fast as 10 days. And I'll tell you why. Here's the crux of the matter. Okay. Just like the delay that Mary got, I got a delay card, two of swords. And this is a decision not being made. It's not that it can't be resolved. It's that the parties involved are not deciding to resolve it. And then I got the Magician card showing that he has the power. The person that owns the house has the power. And the indecision part with the Two of Swords, I think, is just because it's family. It's, unwilling to go to the sheriff and get an eviction notice and evict them out of the house. It's that simple, But the final card that I got that I want to mention is the Fool card, which is literally saying, take the leap. He needs to just do it and resolve the matter.
He actually has a fiduciary, and so the Department of Veterans Affairs is involved, and so they were the ones that went in the home and removed him out of the home, and they are the ones that are kind of directing this thing.
Sure.
They're the ones that are getting the eviction in place and all of that. From my understanding, they actually gave him 30 days to remove the woman and all, the children, her grown kids and all of this stuff out of the home. And then they told him, well, if you don't remove her, we're going to give you, then we're going to, in 30 days, then we're going to remove you,
Right.
also. So that's where we're at with the 6 weeks.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay. Well, thanks for the call.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck
Thank
with
you
all
both,
of that and
for the messages.
with those relationships.
Yes. Thank you so much.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to go to the next caller. Check the see if anybody new came into the chat here. Oh no, they're just still all talking up a storm in there. We've got Charlotte and Nilda and Laura and everybody in there, and Sharona. No new questions in there. So if you have a question, just pop it in the chat. We're going to go to the next caller who's been waiting the longest. It looks like 860, area code 860. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello.
Hi, my name is Lisa. I'm calling from Connecticut. Hello.
Hi. How's it
Hi,
going?
Lisa.
Hi. Hi. Thank you so much. I'm wondering if there's anything good coming up for me. Everything's kind of been shambly, and I'm wondering if there's some good in my future.
Everything's been in shambles or shambly?
Oh,
That'll work.
shambly. I love that word, but I don't like that that's happening.
No, that's not good.
Thank you.
Yeah, anything good.
I need to.
Let's see.
We need something good.
Thank you.
Let's see. Okay, so I don't know how good this is. Okay, because I got first card 10 of wands. It's just like feeling overburdened. About all this here. I did get the 4 of Pentacles. And, to me, this could be talking about something financial, about your investments and so forth, or something positive coming in that way. And the Queen of Swords are thoughts and ideas. She's got that single broadsword here. It's kind of advice from the tarot to latch on to one idea and run with it. And then the next card I get is literally the card of that, the Knight of Swords, rushing in or rushing off with that one sword there. It's not, giving me super specifics, because we're not asking a very detailed, specific question in order to get an answer for that, But as far as good things, it's showing the path forward. The path forward is, and by the way, this came up in, I don't know if you were hearing the beginning of the show when we did the cards of the day, the numerology of the day. Envisioning what that garden is for you.
Yeah.
What is that's happy space? All this chaos and stuff's been going on around you. What is the definition of something better for you? And then get a crystal clear image of that. And when I say visualize or image, I'm talking about use all 5 senses. You want to close your eyes, you want to think about, okay, what does that sound like and feel like and smell like and taste like and look like? What you want, and latch on to that one sword, that single idea, and run with it. Let's see what Mary's getting. She might have some better stuff coming in.
Thank you.
Well, like a long time ago, I came up with this spread, and I call it the "Tell Me Something Good" spread.
Oh, that's
because
great.
we can have moments like that in life where it's like, oh my gosh, it's one thing after another. And, where's the light at the end of the tunnel? And so it's really simple, I shuffle the cards or whatever and cut them. And then I just start pulling cards until I get to something good, something that looks good. And then that gives us an idea of, kind of how long that's going to take, or what are the things that we go through. And some of these things you may have already gone through, but the first card I pulled was the Tower card. Okay. That's not good. That's like when you feel like everything's shambly, like things just kind of are collapsing or they're falling apart, or there's, disruptions that were unexpected. But, I think we've already gone through that. The Hanged Man, that can be like delays and feeling like we're in limbo or feeling like we're stuck. And then the Seven of Cups, that came up earlier, indecision. So these are the things. And then there's some people cards, Queen of Cups, Page of Wands, Four of Cups. It's like, look, all together, I pulled like 8 cards before I got to the something good. And the something good is the Sun card, and the Sun is great because that is like this happy energy finally, and actually feeling like we've got our energy level back. Because sometimes when we go through things that are shambly, it can really zap our energy to deal with anymore. And then we keep having that one more thing. But because there were 8 cards that came up before I got to the something good, I think, that gives you kind of a concept of what time frame we're talking about. So maybe 8 weeks from now, finally, the clouds lift, you get your energy back, you're feeling like generally happy about, your life circumstances, situation. And I also pulled a card from the Lyran Oracle and got the Wonder card, which is about presence and the gift of life and that feeling of like wonderment and enjoying things. And you see like the lines with all the fresh flowers and stuff. And so that sense of like, okay, life is blooming again. So yeah, I do think something good is coming. I just think maybe it doesn't get here for like another 8 weeks. So hang in there. Hang in there.
Thank you.
Let's see if
It's not that long in the big, not that much.
yeah, in the big picture, it's not that long.
Awesome. Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you both so much.
Thanks for calling.
So before we take another phone call, we'll give time for some more people to call in. We got some callers, but give some time for some more people to call in at 714-816-4628, and then check the chat for more questions and so forth. But it's the bottom of the hour, Mary, so I want to let everybody know what's coming up. We just had that workshop with Corby, and it's available here on the channel. Wanted to mention that. We'll be back on Monday, YouTube only, Monday, April 3rd. Oh my God, we're in April, Mary. Jesus. This year's just, blowing by. It's Zoom. Yes. And then Saturday, April 8th, of course, we will be on next Saturday. And then Sunday, April 9th is our next Magic Universe show with Sharona. See, I don't have the information in there, but Sharona's in the chat, so maybe she'll let us know. I can't recall off the top of my head who the guest is. I haven't set up April shows yet. I still have to do that this weekend. A lot of things going on. The window washer just made it here, and oh my God, everything's happening all at once, folks, while trying to do a live show all at the same time. Yeah. So anyway, that's everything. That's everything pretty much going on. Let's see. I don't think there's anything quiet. Yeah. No, not Sharona. Charlotte. You know what what's throwing me all the time, Mary, even though it's been months now. In the chat, Charlotte is Borders Rules. And I have to concentrate really hard to translate that into her actual name. And and I get all confused looking at that. But
Yeah.
so Charlotte was saying, yeah, the chat is really quiet today. This is like the quietest Saturday. Where's Jason and everybody, right?
Jason's in Colombia
Ah,
on vacation.
that explains something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are going to pop back over to the phone lines now and take another phone call. It looks like area code 631 has been waiting the longest. 631.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name, hon? Where are you calling in from?
Hello.
Hi.
Long Island.
Long Island. What's your
Long
name, hon?
Island.
Yes, I'm Suzanne. Just wanted to see if you see anything with love life or work or anything.
Okay.
Anything.
You up next, Mary? I think you're up
Okay.
next.
Okay.
I'm losing
Yes,
track.
I am. That's all right. Let's see.
Love life or
career, whatever
anything.
comes up. Anything that comes up. Let's just do that. So what is going to come up for you? Okay. The first thing that comes up is the 9 of Cups. Okay. Right out of the gate, you get the wish card. So that's good. But your wish regarding what exactly? What is it that you want to change? What's interesting is I love that the 4 Cups comes up over everything because you're like love life, career, anything. And to me, that can really be the energy of the 4 Cups where we're like, meh,
Well, I know
something
what I
gonna
would like. I'd
happen.
like a loving relationship. A loving relationship that's going to lead to marriage or live together. That's what I'm looking for.
Beautiful. Yeah. And the Hierophant card, it's just we're having a lot of synchronicity here because you're talking about something that leads to marriage. It's the way I read. There's 2 cards that I really look at as the marriage cards for me in the tarot deck, and one of them happens to be the Hierophant. The other one is the 4 of Wands. I'm not seeing the 4 of Wands, but the Hierophant is saying like, hey, yes, what you wish for, that committed formal relationship, really, you can have that. Okay. The wish card comes up. The Wheel of Fortune comes up underneath it saying, okay, but things have to change. The person needs to present themselves in that light to you. And then you're going to have to make a decision about it. But the thing that's really interesting is the last card is the Judgment card. And, I have these little sayings for all the little cards. And with the Judgment card, I say like karmic keys are jingling because sometimes it's like the really big moments is when the Judgment card comes up. So look, I would think this looks good for that. I think the 4 Cups is giving us kind of a time frame. That could be like, within 4 weeks is when this change starts happening because it's opposite that Wheel of Fortune. So, okay, the wheels start moving. There does happen to be some movement in this area. And we're talking about 4 weeks from now before the ball really gets going. But let's see what Dax has for you. If Dax is there. Dax, where is Dax? Are you muted, Dax? Have you disappeared? Where is he? I don't know. One moment, Suzanne.
No, I'm sorry. My trackpad wasn't working.
There you are.
I couldn't get to the microphone to turn the mute off. No, I was saying, geez, I couldn't even get my camera turned on before you turn your camera off. And I was like, damn, we got to get better on that. It's really hard. I don't know why, but for some reason my trackpad stopped working and I couldn't move the cursor to the microphone mute button there. Anyway, so getting back to Susan here, I can't add a whole lot to what Mary said, but I'll just tell you what I got. I mean, and it's really along the same lines. I got the 3 of Swords. Okay, so that's how you're feeling right now. Not really happy about the love life. There may have even been a love triangle at one point in your past. That is the card of the love triangle, but there is hope. The Star card, this is the only major arcana card I'm getting here. So the star card says, hey, hang in there. There is hope. But it seems like there's some kind of decision. Again, the Two of Swords came up again. Either unable or unwilling to make a choice with something, and it could be the work that needs to be done. It's not just sitting in your armchair at your house waiting for the right guy to show up and knock on your door. There's work involved. You have to get out there. You have to meet people. You have to work on yourself. In fact, that comes up in a lot of these kind of questions, Mary, here on the shows, is that the tarot isn't showing about someone coming in, but rather talking about the individual working on themselves. But there's
Got to get ready.
Yeah. But then comes the Six of Swords. Six is success in numerology. This is slow change, but you're moving towards your goal. That's great. And lastly, finally, someone does come in, and it's the Page of Swords. So swords are air, the air sign. So potentially a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. Okay. And the timing card was actually the Six of Swords card. So, sometime in the next 6 weeks, or like Mary said, 4 weeks, it's generally in the same area within a month or so. I think it's looking promising, and that's what I got. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see.
Looks good. Thanks for the call,
Susan. And I'm gonna check the chat real quickly. Leslie came in the chat. Julie came in the chat. Happy Saturday, Dax and Mary from Leslie. Julie says good
Thanks. Happy
afternoon.
Saturday.
Yes. Oh,
Hi, everybody.
oh gosh, that's what it was. I couldn't remember who Sharona was having on. It's Sheila Height. Sheila's coming back on to talk about tarot and sacred odysseys. That's
Cool.
who's coming on Sharona's show next Sunday. Not this Sunday. No show this Sunday. Just thought I'd let everybody know. And so we're going to head back on over to the phone lines. We've got a few minutes left in the show. If you have any questions, those of you watching on YouTube, go ahead and pop them in. Meanwhile, we're going to go to the caller that's been waiting the longest, Mary. It looks like 917. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
New York.
Hello, my name is Tim, and I'm calling from New York.
From New York. Did you say Tim?
Yes, Tim.
Great. All righty. What do you want to chat about,
Tim.
Tim? Awesome.
Oh, I was just wondering if I could get, I guess maybe some cards pulled just on some of
What's
the
your
abundance.
burning
I'm
question?
looking
What's your
for
burning? Come on, Tim. I know you got a
some-
burning question. What is it?
Oh, sure. Hey, I'm just working. It's the spring. I'm trying to tap into my manifestation powers and bring some new stuff to me, like a new job or opportunity. So, I've been trying to set my intentions before I go to sleep, ask my guides, trying to meditate consistently because I haven't been consistent.
Oh, good.
Any
Awesome.
tips or messages from Spirit? Greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
Love that. I think it's your turn, Dax.
It is. It is. And this is bizarre. I just shuffled and I'm getting a lot of the same cards. I feel, Tim, like you have the same issue as some of the other people that have been asking questions all show long here. There is opportunity. There is opportunity. I mean, the four of cups, which we got earlier, there is an opportunity. It may already be there. You're not satisfied, I don't think, with the opportunities in front of you, but there's the fourth option that you're not seeing, right? And it's going to require some looking and research. Got the two wands, he's got the globe in his hand. You really have to look into it. The main thing is, what I just said for another caller. I swear I shuffled. Got the Queen of Swords again. It's latching on to that one idea, and literally got the Knight of Swords again. and running with it. You know, that's what I'm getting. So, Tim, you know, it's like
Okay.
you got to do a little bit of looking and really, you know, something that you can sink your teeth into and be emotionally satisfied as well as financially. And I think it would help you to not even think about that right now. Don't even think about the financial aspect. What can you do on a regular basis? What topic can you talk about? What thing can you do that you like doing? Think about all the things that you do. What do you research on YouTube? What YouTube videos do you watch? You know, what's your thing, whatever that is? And then, okay, how do I solve a big problem for somebody else in that arena? And then how do I do that? And then latch onto that one idea and just run with it. That's what the tarot is saying. But let's see what Mary's getting. Maybe she's got some interesting insight here.
Well, I actually pulled some cards for you from the energy attunement deck. And it's really kind of interesting. The first thing that comes up, and I know you're really doing a lot of great work on yourself with your meditation and bringing consistency to that and everything. And, you know, I think this card actually speaks to that the most. And this is a card about patience. Okay. And working with the throat chakra and how we express ourselves. Okay. And so, you know, if I don't know if you're into stones or not, but any of the blue stones are great to like just put, you know, on your throat chakra, like where that little rectangle of like, I don't know, what do you call that? Where it sticks in to your throat. That spot, it's a great place to set a nice size tumbled stone on that's blue if you're into stones. But working with patience and working with the throat chakra could be helpful. And the other thing that comes up is really interesting, and this is actually connecting the heart to the throat, you know. So your green stones for your heart chakra, you can use pink stones too. But the card is entitled Miracle. And, you know, and so it's like, yeah, you want some things to come in that would be helpful, new job or whatever. It's like, I need a miracle, you know. And the truth is like, we bring that in easier. We manifest those, you know, kind of everyday, you know, miracles in our life by appreciating what's already there and by filling our heart with that gratitude and giving expression to that, because we're working with the heart and the throat chakra. And lastly, imagination. So when you are doing your meditation, if you're, you know, I don't know what approach you take, if it's like TM or if you're doing guided meditations or your own style, it doesn't really matter. It's really about what gets you into that kind of altered state, right? And it's saying that, like, you know, also, and this might help with consistency as well, is also see that as a time to allow, you know, and it's kind of counterintuitive because a lot of times it's like, clear your head, don't have any thoughts in your head when we're meditating. This is saying allow, you know, your imagination to speak to you, because that can definitely help, you know, maybe solve these other things in life, like, you know, new job or finances or whatever it is. But allow your imagination to breathe and to speak to you. So that's what I get.
Yeah, a lot of great practical advice. I hope that helps you out, Tim.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
Sweet.
It helps
for the
indeed.
call.
Thanks for
Thank you so very
calling.
much.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And
Yeah.
I think Tim's on the right track, though. I mean, he's doing all that work, and
Oh yeah.
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 And Morningstar just came in the chat. Oh, by the way, Mary, Morningstar says everyone likes being stoned. Come on,
Yes, don't we?
get it, stoned. Crystals.
Why not?
Oh my God.
I
Oh,
got it.
we are having too much fun here. Way too much fun. Okay. So I think we have time for maybe one more call. Then we're going to get out of here.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Got to take a sip of water here.
Here's a stone right here. I like to use this. This is a little crystal tip using halite.
Ooh,
Basically, that's salt crystal that they make lamps out of. You can get,
it looks
you know,
orangish.
yeah, it is. It's
I
like the
like.
Himalayan salt lamps. That kind of
Perfect.
orange. You can see, but it's pink. You see it in pink, orange.
Yeah.
It's a salt lamp, salt crystal, and it's like salt is. It's really great for cleansing energetically, and I'd like to put it on top of my carts in between readings and cleanse my hands with them, cleanse my aura. So there you go.
That's awesome. So let's see who's been waiting the longest. I think we might have time for another call here.
Yep.
Area code 646. Are you there, caller? Ooh, a lot of background noise. Hello? Wow. Hold on. Let me put them back.
I can't.
I'm going to try to put them back on hold. There was something wrong with that line. Give me just a second here.
Sure. Just shuffling.
I don't know what it is, but both the Zoom meeting and the switchboard on Blacktalk, I click and there's like a delay before it actually does anything. It's really weird. Let me try to bring them back on.
Okay.
Oh, still got all that background noise. Are you there, 646?
Can you hear me?
Barely. There's
Yeah.
all this crackling behind you. What's your name, hon?
Oh, hold on. I'm taking you up.
I think it's clearing up now.
This is Teresa.
Teresa.
Can you hear me better now? It's Teresa. How are you?
Where are you calling in from?
New York City.
New York City.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Awesome. What do you want to talk about?
Okay. So this is the thing. I applied for a job, for example, last Wednesday. I think it was maybe last Tuesday. I received a quick response stating that the position had been filled. And this is, and so I wanted to know if I resubmit a new resume. I don't know. They said that they had my resume. They will keep it on file, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think they just send that out to, all people that submit resumes for a position. So they indicated that the position had been closed and that they would keep my resume on file. So I don't even think they even looked at my resume. That's what I'm thinking. So I want to know if I resubmit a new resume for any of the upcoming positions, would that be a good idea?
Dax, I think, is it your turn? Or is it my turn?
It's your
I
turn.
can't
Yeah.
remember. It's my turn. Okay. Let's take a look. Is that a good idea, basically? You got, you're thinking like, okay, why don't I, is that a good idea? What's going to happen if you do that? Okay, that's an easier way for me to look at it. So, okay, let's take a look at it. What happens if you do that? The high priestess is the first thing that comes up. So, this is like your intuition maybe telling you this. Like you just got a kind of a feeling like, hey, I don't think they even really looked at it. Right?
Yeah, I don't think
look, I don't see anything necessarily, being, negative about doing that. I do get the full card that comes up. So, the full card is saying like, hey, why not? Anything can happen, And then we end with the 6 of Swords, actually, which is a pretty good card. 6 of Swords to me is about things getting better. So if you're thinking like, hey, I want to resubmit my resume, I feel like the advice is saying like, okay, if you're going to do that, it's not guaranteeing anything will come of it, but do something that's going to make the resume shine more. That's going to make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Maybe you rearrange some things or reword something. Just make it a little bit better.
that's what I did.
Is what I'm getting.
Yeah, I did that.
But let's see what Dax is getting. Oh, awesome.
Great. Okay, so when I pull the cards, I get like yes, no, yes, no. In other words, it's a big fat maybe. Teresa, it may help to resubmit that way. Okay. But I agree with Mary about, reevaluating things. You got the 7 of Pentacles, which is literally a card of, taking a look at the harvest and reevaluating things, and 7 is the number of the national detective. It's research, things like that. It may behoove you. Oh my God, I got to use a big word. It may behoove
Whoa.
you to do that research, to find out who are the powers that be, to cultivate some relationships. And I'll tell you why. What's coming up here is, okay, so I get the Queen of Pentacles, followed by the 2 of Cups, which is a relationship between 2 people, followed. Oh, I'm getting a lot of background noise. Okay, let me try that again. I got to put Teresa's line on hold, Mary, for a second here. Okay, let's try that again. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I feel that's her. All right. 2 people coming together in some kind of relationship. King of Pentacles, the power broker, the decider. Here's the boss. Here's the person in the company that makes the decisions on hiring, et cetera, et cetera. So it is cultivating a relationship with, him or her, or with their secretary, or whoever the gatekeeper is, things like that. And that's going to require some research on your part and figuring that out. Sending in additional resumes, on its own, it can't hurt, right? So give it a try. I mean, I don't know that it's actually going to help all that much, really. I'm not getting that feeling. I really think that it's more figuring out another way of going at this, cultivating some relationships at the company. And I think that's going to be a better bet for you. Well, I hope that helped you out, Teresa. Mary, we are at the end of the show. Woohoo!
Time flies when you're having fun.
I know. So going to say goodbye to everybody, and we'll be back in 2 days. We're going to be back on Monday. So
Yep.
and let's
And
see.
it's all YouTube.
And there's a bunch of stuff in the chat here, but I didn't have time to get back and read it all here. Morningstar said tough crowd. And of course, Shar is going on and on about crystals. You got her going, Mary.
It doesn't take much.
Yes. So we'll be back Monday and next Saturday. And don't forget to tune in the following Sunday. What is that again? That's the 9th for Magic Universe with
It's Easter Sunday, I think, right?
Let me pull it up here. Easter Sunday, yes. That's when she's going to have Sheila on, coming back.
Awesome.
Guest, yes. Alrighty, so thanks everybody, and we will see you on Monday. Remember, it's YouTube only on Monday, so we'll be taking those questions in the chat. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, John Boy.